Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney as we move on to another day in court. October 19th we are on now, 9:42 AM. It's time for the case to restart. Oh, it doesn't seem like Will Powers is that confident. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix. Today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. So it's fighting a completely defensive battle while you're the defense attorney. That's what you gotta get used to. As we move into courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude can you get? You don't know me. I'm the director. I made the Steel Samurai. Noob. Ruffle. Sal Manella. I'm a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. Time to pick it apart then. If we can. I was at the studio from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. Now, I'm already suspicious of this testimony because there are plates of food outside, eagle eyes, and the more of the fact the mayor brought it up suspicious. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 PM, and according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. So I think the target statements are near the end of the testimony again. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. Hold it! Is that when you always come in to work? Oh no, I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way. Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry. That's a bit strong. Hey, FWIW, I was pretty busy all that day. What's FWIW mean? For what it's worth. I imagine it's for what it's worth. I'm an acronym master, maybe. Unhappy face. Tell us more about that. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. Hold it! In the employee area? That's right. I was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Well, that's kind of what the show's based upon, really. Was there anyone else at the run-through? Oh, yeah. That security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. Lol. She was chewing on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us 4. It took a lot more time than I thought it would.
Hold it!
Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. But WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Oh right, that's the limp. Which of course led to me missing my lunch. Ruffs! What does ruffs mean? Roll over floor sweating? I don't know. Ruffs? Rolling on the floor starving? Might be that one then. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area.
Hold it!
What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak. The assistant cooks them up. Oh, he's got his slobbery face on. Mind you, from your look, I'd say you're probably not someone who misses that much lunch. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning the witness, did not eat with them. Indeed, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch.
Hold it!
Are you sure? So in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it? That must have been tough. Phoenix, yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Yes! Yes! I'd say it's a little vague, or it could be contradictory just based on the fact there was food outside, and we know that it's probably T-bone steak. Ah, well, we could just go for it. I mean, that's what we're hinging on at the moment. Because the next statement is more along the lines of, no one left their seats. Which, we know that some people did, because they ate some food, because we saw it. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Her face lit up, so I'm assuming I'm along the right lines. Mr. Manella! What do you want? Oh! When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call! I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat it later. Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat? We took 1 break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then. No, he's drooling again. A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. You were in the meeting until around 4, so we want to move forward. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
Hold it!
You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not a one. You just said. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder. Wait a second. Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Oops, ruffle. Well,
Mr. Manella, what's this all about?
well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please.
Uh-oh, Edgeworth is laughing. Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break, Ruffle! But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Oh, okay then. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1? LOL. There's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. Why is he steaming?
I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
What do I do here? The only thing at first we can do is press. We took a break, Ruffle. Well, thank you for mentioning that now. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death. So we could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. And he could have not ate. If you noticed in the employee lounge area where they had food, of course, if you're having a T-bone steak, you have a T-bone left over, right? So they had bones on their plate, whereas there was no bones on the plate, which is what I found interesting at the time when we were looking at it, outside the trailer. But there was, in the background, a furnace that would be recently used and not very cleaned. So, could they be creating lunch as an alibi? I think that's where we're going anyway. I guess it's possible time-wise. What's Edgeworth? Edgeworth, I think, is waiting to spring his trap. It was only 15 minutes! 15! That's only 13 in base 12! What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak! What else? There were 2 plates on that table. Oh, right. The other one was Diva Squez's plate. Oh, so it's Diva Squeeze? Diva Squeeze? Is that meant to be the pun here? The producer. To eat a T-bone snake. Snake? Wow, if you're eating a T-bone snake, that's going to be a very interesting day. To eat a T-bone steak in 50 minutes. That's quite a feat. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1. LOL! Why is that? Because they're going to bring up the monkey head now, aren't they? This is the trap we're falling into.
Objection!
Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor! The testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1?
Well, Mr. Wright.
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
You claimed someone from the trailer went to Studio 1.
No, it's impossible, or I claim it and claim it loud. I mean, someone could have falsified the clock in the monkey's head for starters. And if we say no, it's impossible, then we're just labeling the blame completely on Mr. Powers. So I think the only thing we can do is claim it and claim it loud. And even if it is a penalty, I'll take the penalty. If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility.
I suppose you might say that.
Alright, I've got the judge thinking now. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright. What's your point, Edgeworth?
You've been doing your homework, haven't you?
Look at the court record. The court record? Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4, the path between the studios was blocked. Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. Whoa, you're right. Yes, I do know this, but I'm reckoning the clock was jimmied. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. That's climb overable. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. Somehow, I feel no desire to correct him.
No counter-argument, Mr. Wright? Then I'm afraid you lose this round.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over?
Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, Given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which you will hear your witness. Or we will hear the witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
Well, I took a penalty, but we got ourselves moving forward at the very least, and it doesn't seem to be game over. To be honest, I didn't want to just straight out admit that, you know, Mr. Powers is the only possible one that could do it. That's not a very good thing to build my case upon, even if the people couldn't get there according to what people are saying. I want to always be working for my defendant's, you know, rights, maybe, on his side. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what help do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before. Not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? It kind of seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you're innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it! And so we head back into court. One penalty marker down. I think you guys might agree with my penalty decision, though. I don't know. We'll find out. I guess put it in the comments if you did or not.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. I think we need him a little bit of a razor. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on?
Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness! What? Just because you're all grown up don't mean you can push me around. Cody? Answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident? You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you in Gramps with a beard over there? Just, Mr. Edgeworth will be fine.
I prefer to be a gentleman myself.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if you couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission, if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid, and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. I bet he did. You better make a note of it in the court record.
Right, so Cody's camera has now been added to the court record.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident.
And seeming now a new testimony is about to get underway. We cliffhanger it for now. Let's see what we can do with Cody's testimony. See if he can reveal more about what happened. And more to the point, more that will help us. I'll see you next time for more Ace Attorney.
Bye-bye.